Alright, the goal here is to teach you how to kind of think through log solutions. When someone says the log base 10 of 1,000, hopefully your brain will instantly go 3. So we're going to start just by plugging stuff in. Then we're going to rewrite things in terms of an exponent and think through it. So if I plug 1,000 into this equation, I got f of 1,000 equals log base 10 of 1,000. Well, if you can say 10 to what power is 1,000, let's write it. 10 to what power equals 1,000? I wrote x. 10 to what power is 1,000? Well, I could get the common base. 10 to the x power is 10 to the third, and then we see that x is 3. So log base 10 of 1,000 is 3. All right, let's keep going. All right, what if I plug in 100th right here? Well, f of 100th is equal to log base 10 of, let's write it as 100th over here. Kind of makes things a little easier when you go. What if I write that as 10 to what power is 100th? Or 10 to what power is 1 over 10 squared? How's that? Change that 100 into 10 squared. Now they have the same base if I flip it over. And remember, to flip this over, I can bring the 10 up to the top, but my negative exponent appears. So we can see x in this case is negative 2. Circle it. All right? So what we're doing is we're plugging our number in. So I'm going to write this as a 1/2, 10 to the 1/2. So f of 10 to the 1/2, a little easier to see that way. Right? And if I plug it in here, so we got log base 10 of 10 to the 1/2. So look what it says. Alright, it says 10 to what power equals 10 to the 1/2, and perhaps the easiest one of all, 1/2. So first 3 are done. Hopefully you're seeing how easy this is. I'm going to write a few more down here. But now we're going to get a base of 1/2. This might be the hardest one there because the base is upside down. Let's plug in 4. So I'm going to say f of 4 equals log base 1/2 of, well, 4. So let's write that. 1/2 to what power is 4? Well, I could write that 4 as 4 squared. I could even flip it over, or 2 squared. And I can flip it over upside down. I could say 1/2 to the negative 2 power. So 1/2 to the x power is the same as 1/2 to the negative 2 power. I got these common bases, and now we can see x equals negative 2. Alright, so our goal is just kind of make the right look like the left. Alright, let's do this 1/32. So a function of 1/32 is equal to log base 1/2 of 1/32. So let's write that. 1/2 to what power? 1/2 to what power is 1/32? Well, 1/32 is kind of easy. It's really 1/2 to the, let's see, 2, 4, 8, 16, 30, 5th power. Right? And then we can see that x is 5. So rewriting it makes it kind of easy, doesn't it? This one's a little tricky, though. Let's look what we're plugging in there. All right, we are plugging in 2 rad 2. So f of 2 radical 2 is equal to log base. What's the base here? Base 1/2 of 2 radical 2. Well, let's rewrite this. There's our base. 1/2 to the x power is 2 to the first times 2 to the 1/2. Notice I just put the power. That's 1/2 and that's 2 to the first. So if I keep going, 1/2 to the x, you keep the base and add it, we get 1.5. Let's flip it over. 1/2 to the x is equal to 1/2. Now we're going to say negative 1.5. As you can see, x is negative 1.5. We're almost done. Let's hit this last little bit. You know what? Why don't you try this? I'm going to leave this for you. You're just rewriting it, getting a common base and going, and you can compare this tomorrow in class. So I'll see you soon.